Hey, how's it going? My name is Brian Allen. I'm a professional illustrator, and I just got my hands on the new Wacom Cintiq Pro 24-inch. And I want to do a review real quick about some of its best features. I love this product. I've been waiting for this for a long time, and it did not disappoint. It is basically exactly what I was hoping it to be. The new Wacom Cintiq Pro 24-inch has an amazing 8,192 pressure levels of sensitivity with the Pro Pen 2. It's got an amazing 4K high-resolution screen, making it the highest resolution digital drawing tablet. It could display 98% of the Adobe RGB color gamut, and the screen itself is much brighter and much more color accurate. And the whole device itself has been reduced a lot in size, so it takes up less room on your desk and weighs a heck of a lot less as well. This is the best digital drawing tool that I have ever used. And to give you an idea of what I'm comparing this device to, I've had the Wacom 24 HD for about 7 years. I use that extensively. I've tried the Wacom Pro 13-inch as well as the Mobile Studio Pro 13-inch. I own an iPad Pro 12.9, and I've also tried the Surface Pro. So that being said, let's get to some of the best features. If you have any questions that I don't cover, please leave them in the comments and I'd be happy to go back and answer them as soon as I can. Obviously, the most important thing is how does this thing draw? That's what it's all about. And let me just say that after using the 24-inch HD for 7 years, when I plugged this thing in and started drawing, it was amazing. The difference that I felt was immediate. I was just blown away with how much more accurately it registers my strokes, and you can just feel so much more control over the lines. This pen has 4 times the pressure sensitivity as the pen before it. There's also a lot of significant improvements to the pen, in my opinion. This is the new Pro Pen 2, and this is the old pen. Pretty similar shapes, but one thing I really like that they've done is they put this plastic bevel around the buttons, because in the old pen this rubber grip used to slide around a lot and sometimes would pop the buttons off. The other thing that I noticed is that the new pen is significantly lighter, which is nice. It's a little narrower, but it still has the bevel at the or the curve at the end, which makes it easy to hold, and then it's got this rubber grip, which I really like. And just like any Wacom pen, it never needs to be recharged. There's no battery in it. It's obviously some kind of witchcraft that I don't understand. All right, another great new feature. One of the things I was most excited about was that they have eliminated almost completely any parallax effect, meaning any space between the glass and the monitor itself is pretty much completely negligible now, and it really feels so accurate. You know, where I place the pointer is where the line appears. It's amazing. Another element that is much improved is the brightness of the screen. Right now I have it turned down to 50% brightness. If you turn this thing up to 11 here, it's insane. I mean, this would burn out your retinas probably, but it's fantastic to have that kind of power to play with, especially just in case the display dims over time. That was one of the first things I noticed when I plugged this in, was just how much more vibrant and colorful the screen was. The other thing I noticed right away with the Cintiq Pro was that it did not need to be color calibrated to my iMac monitor. I don't know if that was just pure luck, but what I was seeing on this screen was identical, nearly identical to what I was seeing on my iMac screen, and that Retina screen had already been color calibrated. When I do print tests, pretty much what I'm seeing is what I'm getting. A huge advantage of this device is the increase in resolution, especially from the 24 HD, and it has a higher resolution than any of its competitors out there, I believe, including the Dell Canvas. So it can achieve 3,840 by 2,160 pixels. So what does that mean? It means that even though this screen is still 24 inches, just like my previous screen, I can fit so much more stuff on it. And when I'm working on a t-shirt design, I feel like I can work on it looking at the entire design rather than having to zoom in, while still having room on the screen for tons of my palettes. One great thing about the Wacom Cintiq Pro is that it has a really nice etched glass surface. It gives it sort of paper-like tooth, gives just a little bit of resistance to the pen that paper would traditionally give, and it just gives a really nice feeling to it. Now, one of the things that I absolutely love about the Cintiq Pro is this smart remote that comes with the device. This was introduced in the 27-inch QHD version, but this is my first time using it, and it's fantastic. The battery life on this is almost forever, really. Wacom says 160 hours. I've been using it constantly, and the battery life is barely drained at all. When you do need to charge it, it comes with a USB cord that plugs, it's a short cord that plugs right to the side. You can program all of these buttons to whatever you want, and it will automatically switch depending on which program you're in. And it also has this scroll wheel that has 3 functions that you can alter between. So, brush size, zooming in, and other things. And the coolest thing about it is that it's magnetized, so it sticks anywhere on the side, on both sides for right and left-handed people. And even though it's not magnetized to stay on the screen, it has this cool rubber backing so it doesn't slide off. Even you have to tilt this at a pretty high angle for this thing to start coming down. Another really great feature that is new to the Wacom Cintiq Pro is this application menu. What this is basically a little pop-up menu that you can program to include a huge number of shortcuts, even little macros, tools, really anything that you can assign a keyboard shortcut to. And what I love about it is that basically, after I've set this up for myself, I almost never use the keyboard at all anymore. I also really love that, when you hit tab to hide your menus, this thing stays on top all the time, and it's a little bit transparent. Here I've got some very frequent things that I do, like, obviously save, creating a new window, turning symmetry on and off, flipping the canvas, which I do all the time. And again, a major improvement to the design is just the much thinner bezels, and also just how much lighter this device is compared to the older one. So as a result, it takes up way less space on my desk. It's easier to move around. Also, another thing that's been much improved is the fan noise. On my older 24 HD model, there would be an almost constant fan hum that ran all the time. I wouldn't say it was loud, but it was always there. This model seems to have fixed a lot of that, whereas the fan is almost never running, and then occasionally it'll kick on, but it's extremely quiet. Another great addition to the new model is the inclusion of 4 USB ports. So I've got 2 on this side and 2 on the other side. One really cool addition is just a real simple pen holder that clips in to the left or right side, and you can just stick your pen in there when you're done. Another cool thing I was pleased with was that Wacom sent a million different cords. There's, I think, 4 different ways to hook this up to your computer. They included the adapters for each, which is great, because I remember when I first got the Wacom 24 HD, I don't remember exactly what it was missing, but I do remember having to buy probably a Thunderbolt connection, some kind of display adapter. And there's nothing more disappointing than getting a $2,000 device and then not being able to hook it up. So I do appreciate all of that. Okay, so what is the biggest drawback about this device is that it doesn't come with a stand. And unfortunately, the stand is MIA. It is not released or available for sale until who knows? I don't know. The Cintiq 24 HD that I used to have came with this enormous heavy stand that was adjustable up to 90 degrees, just like a regular monitor, all the way down to nearly flat. These little pop-out legs, this is what comes on the stand, and they're adjustable up to somewhere between 5 degrees and 20 degrees, and they just pop out. I like to work with it at a 45-degree angle like this. It's a lot more ergonomic, especially when you're spending the whole day at this device. So for now, I have just stacked a couple books behind it, and that seems to work. But unfortunately, you're not able to hang it off of your desk, which really, which I thought was great. But in my opinion, the stand is so great. It's a huge part of this device, and I would have loved to see that either included with the device for $2,000 or maybe like maybe $2,200 or something like that. All right, so another drawback you're probably going to hear a lot about this product that I don't necessarily agree with is just the price. That's normally one of the biggest gripes about Wacom, is that they are the most expensive. This unit costs $2,000. I personally have no problem spending that because, as I said, the last version of this product lasted me almost 7 years, and I used it every single day, and it's an integral part of my professional career. However, that price point is not for everybody, and I would say that if you are not a professional artist, maybe if digital art is your hobby, or if you are not quite able to make a living from what you're doing yet, a good place to start maybe is with the smaller Wacom Pro 13-inch. Those smaller units aren't a replacement for me because I enjoy working much bigger, and I enjoy working on something that essentially is a drafting table. It is a desk. Alright, so in conclusion, would I recommend the Wacom Cintiq Pro 24-inch? Absolutely. I mean, it is the best drawing tool that I've used. As soon as I got it, I felt an enormous difference from the 24-inch HD, and I was extremely happy with that device. It's just put a whole new joy into drawing. Is it worth the price? Yes, if you're doing this professionally, absolutely. Alright, great. If you have any other questions that I didn't get to, please post them in the comments and I will try to answer. Please subscribe for more reviews, or you can check them out on my website, flylanddesigns.com. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.